our 5-star athletes, I'm not saying all of them,
Yes.
but kids who are even 3 stars, I would
Yes.
say, should they start considering, instead of me going to LSU where I might have to transfer after a year, then I end up going to 4 different schools,
Right.
I should probably go to A&T. I should probably go to Morehouse or go to
You
Clark,
see it.
go to FAM,
You
where
see
then
it.
I can actually get a good degree, social network. So even if I don't make it pro, I got all the infrastructure in the foundation. How do you feel about that, Pat?
Man, I loved it. I love the way you put it.
I would have done that now.
That's
Hindsight,
perfect.
bro. Hindsight is 2020. But yeah,
That is a perfect game plan. If you could do anything in this sports landscape right now as a young high school athlete that is in position to go into a big Division I institution and demand some money from them, I would serve my community first, because that's all it is.
that's right.
I know it's a hard concept to get, but you already know that there is no consequence for transferring. You already know. So let's go ahead and put some time in, give back to your community, because you already know your presence is going to demand attention. Just like Deion, Shador, Shiloh, Travis Hunter did at Jackson State. We've seen it done. Just keep on playing the game. Just keep on doing it. The number 1 recruit in the whole nation went to a HBCU. He played 2 years. Ended up transferring to a big D1 school. Played another 2 years. There's stability in that. There's connections in that. There's ability to build networks in that. And now you truly have the best of both worlds. Because by the time you get done playing at your HBCU, you spend those 2 years there, you have developed a resume of athletic prowess to where now you can demand some money rather than them bringing you in on the little money, on the entry level money. No, you don't. No, if you gonna do it, let's do it. Well, I appreciate y'all.
Always, man. Good
I,
people.
I appreciate y'all for, taking that step into, taking y'all health and wellness seriously. Man. And, shifting. I can see the change.
Thank you, brother.
And I
trying.
love to, see that in
Thanks,
general.
brother.
That's in part why I do what I do, to help our community realize that that is something that we should focus on.
Come on now.
So to see y'all doing it on your own, y'all setting an example. For real. Y'all setting an example for the young couples coming up.
Thank you, bro.
Y'all running a business together. I'm sure y'all plan on creating little ones. Y'all plan on building a bigger family.
Yeah.
And on top of that, okay, we need to focus on our health together. Because one big issue that kind of comes up when one person starts on their personal development journey before the other one, it's kind of like, it's sticky. It just gets sticky. No, I'm not. It can work. Sometimes it can work, but a lot of times there are some elements of, what she doing that for? What he doing that for? So for y'all to be doing it on the same, doing it at the same time on the same page, it just mitigates misunderstanding. I just say it like that.
Coach Pat, man, coming out the gate, already started dropping gems, dog, man. I appreciate you, brother. You know, everybody that's tuned in, man, we appreciate you guys always. Pat, he's a legend, man. Known this brother for a good minute now, man. And bro, you know, to your point, body of God health, you know, seeing you always on personal wellness, fitness, mental
100%.
health, all those things, bro. Pat, man, I gotta pull up this quote, man, because I said, bro, I gotta ask you this first as the framing question, man.
Yeah.
I was scrolling on your page, about to pull this up right now. Dreams and desires without goals or planning are fuel for disappointment. I said,
100%.
ooh, I like that one, bro.
Yeah.
Pat, break that down for us. What does that mean?
Basically, what that means is in the society and the time and the day that we live in, we have so many inspiration points that eventually, if not used correctly, can turn into distractions. So, whatever it is that you want to work on, whatever it is that you want to ultimately accomplish, you have to put planning behind it. You got to put planning behind it, because if you don't put planning behind it, it just becomes a distraction. Or it falls into one of those almost things, or you had the potential to things. You know, it turns into potential. And potential is nothing but, you know, a seen opportunity that you didn't execute on. So, you know, we want to practice searching for that thing that you really, really want to do, even if there's high obstacle or high challenge involved. So once you find out that thing, then that's where you want to put your planning behind. Or that's where you want to put your, what you want to put your planning behind, rather. So, you know, once you accomplish that journey or that identification period or the acknowledgement period of, all right, this is what I want to pursue, regardless of the obstacles or the adversity that come behind it, then that's where you should put your planning.
Free game, y'all. Again, Coach Pat, body of God health, man. You know, people see, of course, Brother Chase, but man, a very important person right beside him is Pat. So put a name to his face, bro, right now, man. Pat, from, you know, seeing you with all the work, you know, that you do with the kids, our community, all of that. I love seeing it. Why is fitness so important? Because, man, we're starting to see, Pat, like when I go out on runs now, I see so many young black people on the belt line now running.
Man.
And I'm like, okay, bro, Pat, I kid you not, man. On Saturday, I had to pull off, man, tell like young black brothers, I see you. I'm proud of y'all.
Yeah.
Running 5Ks with me.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Because,
Yeah.
Pat, bro, 10 years ago, it was just football players who would go outside and run, or
Yeah.
basketball players. Now, bro, we got
Yeah.
tech young black brothers in
Yeah.
tech working
Yeah.
at Google,
Yeah.
getting it in. Why is fitness so important right now in 2026, in your own opinion, Pat?
I think people in our age group and younger than us are seeing the ill effects of our community not treating ourselves with respect in regard to health and wellness. And we've seen Big Mama now. We done seen our mama. We done seen our aunties, our uncles pass away from preventable diseases or disorders.
Preventable.
So with that being said, it's like, you know, eventually the next generation is going to make that change for the better. And I just think it's a great thing to see. And I ain't have to bring it up. You brought it up. So it's just, it's evident now. So with that being said, now we got to start working towards community building and family building. So health and wellness, fitness, you know, that fits in there. It is the foundation to all success and prosperity. Because if you don't have the vitality or the energy to get whatever it is that you want to get done, it's what's the point? It's just a missed opportunity at that point. So you got to have the energy to go behind the vision or the destination. It's just like having the directions to your destination without the vehicle or the fuel. You know, think about how frustrating that would be. You get what I'm saying? That's extremely frustrating. So, you know, now we're starting to work on the vehicle, which is the body, and the fuel is the food. Next thing, let's start figuring out these directions.
The fuel is the food, Pat, man. Sid, bro, she didn't change my diet till about, it's been what now, almost like a year and a half, bro. But like,
Man.
I didn't truly get it, Pat, until like I started eating more greens and
Yeah.
you know got rid of the dairy and
Yeah.
all of that. I started grilling almost every day, where it's
Man.
chicken and things like that, and the salmon, the fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And bro, I started seeing this food tastes better than all the junk food.
Come on, dog.
It tastes better. I feel better. All of these things. And bro, from, you know, playing sports, I was always like cocky of, oh, I can just eat whatever and I'm good. But
Yeah.
then now, like, bro, once you start to eat better, bro, you got way more energy. You feel
Yes.
better. Thoughts are clear.
Yes.
Vision is clear.
Yes.
All of these things, bro. Why is us, especially, man, as young black men, changing how we eat? Why is that so important?
It's important because of all the things you said, but the reason why I think it's happening is, once again, our age group and younger is seeing how the men older than us behaved and how they were treated. And we don't like that. We don't like that. So health and wellness is one of the main ways that you can set yourself up to be in a more respectable position. That's it. That's just one of the ways. Now, of course, there's more steps to the process, but health and wellness is a great foundational point. Like, if you get yourself together in that regard, everything else is going to be easier. So, you know, for young black men, I think we're seeing that, hey, I don't like how the men before me were treated or disrespected. And a lot of it is because of their own disrespect towards themselves. I'm not going to relinquish accountability. You know what I'm saying? It's all on us at the end of the day. You know, what they say, whether you think you're going to do it, what you say, wherever you think you right or you wrong, you right. So, you know, I'm aware of the mistakes that we've all made. So I'm not one of those people that are somebody that is in a position of where they're going to try to make people feel sorry for black men. Don't feel sorry for us. Hold us accountable.
Hold us accountable.
Hold us
bro.
accountable.
So, Pat, man, as black men, how do we get more comfortable with holding each other accountable, right? Because, man, we see times to where we can have a friend, a brother, where he ain't got all his stuff together, where he's still doing things, and we not really talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So, how do we, as brothers, as friends, get more comfortable with saying, I want to see you at your absolute best? How do we start doing that right now?
Man, that's a great question. I think within my friend group, it started, the standard of the friend group was seeing each other do great things or seeing each other give our all. And you know where that started from? Sports.
Yeah, you're right.
All of my friends played ball with me somewhere. So the goal in sports is to give your all, do your best. I know one of my favorite coaching philosophies is the acronym EAT: effort, attitude, technique. So if that's the foundation of your friendship. This is what your coach is telling you. That's what I mean. So we all came up under that. That's we gonna feel comfortable holding each other accountable. That's why sports friendships tend to last a lot longer than just friendships with people that you might meet on the street. Like when you at them practices, when you at them 5 o'clock workouts, when you at them 6:30 runs, boy, you see that person butt naked. You know what I'm saying? You see everything, as far as not butt naked, as far as literally and physically. Sometimes you do in that regard too, but we're talking about who they are. You can't hide it. That fatigue will pull it out of you. Once you start getting tired, the real you come out.
Make cowards of them all, huh?
I'm telling you,
say.
the real you come out once you get tired. So you start to really see who somebody is. And then based on that, that's who I choose to become a part of my circle.
Oh, Pat.
You get what I'm saying?
Fatigue, right?
Yeah.
In the gym, so many times, bro, where you're on that last set, last few reps, or if you got to run, it's like I feel fatigued. For young black folks right now, our girls, our women, our dudes, how do we get more comfortable with being uncomfortable in that gym sometimes, of having to push ourselves past our comfort zones of, hey, I don't feel like doing this right now, I'm tired. Because, bro, so many people get scared of just going to the gym about I'm gonna feel bad, I'm gonna feel tired. So, bro, like, how do we find peace in those moments of feeling all of that tiredness and fatigue in the gym setting sometimes?
Well, I was taught that pain is weakness leaving the body. Whether it's right or wrong, I find solace in that. You get what I'm saying? I find peace in that. So as I'm working out and I feel that pain, I kind of lean into it because I know that it's a weak part of me leaving. So that I'm good once I just attach myself to that mindset.
Indeed,
For sure.
man. Pat, man, you have done something that's so beautiful, right? You have transitioned life after sports.
100%.
So many young black men. By the way, y'all, he got his master's degree as well last year, bro. Salute to you again,
100%.
brother. But Pat, as you know, I've seen it too. So many teammates or friends after sports, and they get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, how do we start to rediscover who we are as young black men, life after sports, especially, bro, in the deep South and states like the Georgias, Alabamas, Floridas, Mississippi, where football is everything?
Yeah.
How do we start finding out who we are after football?
Well, I paused because I want to make sure I say it correctly without misguiding. I think one of the best things that we can do as young black men in regards to how we interact with sports is make sure that we are using sports to develop our own being. You get what I'm saying? So if you start there as using sports as a personal development tool, you'll be fine with whatever the outcome is. A lot of us look at sports as a ticket out or a vehicle to this place that we got in our mind, whether it be $100 million or a big house or the ability to take our family out of these certain situations that we have our family in, or not we have our family in, but our family is in to begin with. Without we didn't do that. That's not our responsibility, and we got to let go of that. As younger black men, your responsibility is to become a man that is going to do what's right by your family. You get what I'm saying? You look around and you take from your environment for whatever it is. You can't determine necessarily your circumstances, but you can shape them and how you look at it. If you're in a situation that might be perceivably bad, you can look at that as an opportunity to build yourself up. I'll use this as a, you know, a personal development opportunity. So, you know, I think that's one of the first mistakes that we make as a community. We let sports use us rather than using the sport. Because the sport really wasn't built for you to go get $1 million. Sports was, shout out to my father, power of having a father. He gonna tell you things. Sports were created to keep the warriors in shape in between battles.
Come on, Pat.
So if we not using it like that, we're misusing the sport. That's why sports are so important. That's why we cling on to sports, because in the South, we warriors. And you know, I know Chase done been around. You know, he done gave you the game, so I ain't gonna go that deep. You know, but I know. Click the next video. You hear, you know, you hear the rest of the story. But yeah, that's our innate spirit, especially as indigenous melanated beings of this southeast region. We've been in the war since. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we need to be treating sports. We need to be using them as personal development tools.
Man, Pat. Warrior spirit, right? You know, to your point, in the South, dog, it's just different, right? You know, of how, like, we grow up, our environments, the heat alone as a kid, how you already know how to deal with hot weather and all of that. You practicing in all of that. Our babies, man, how do we properly embrace that deep warrior spirit in a positive way, right? Where, you know, we got kids talking about YNs, things like this, but I'm like, bro, these kids got a warrior spirit where, hey, they down for whatever. So, like, how do we properly tune that for our young black babies right now during this time?
It starts with education at home. We got to take pride in teaching our children our history. We got to. And there's no excuse nowadays. You got so many tools. You got so many points of inspiration with social media that will, you know, be a catalyst for you to do your own research. Social media is not for you to just take it for what it is and hold on to that thought. No, it is an inspiration point so you can go do your own research and, you know, add substance to that little taste that you got.
Man, brother. Young black educator, man, in the school system doing amazing things. Pat, what inspires you, man, every day to give back to our youth, our children, man, where, you know, most people don't have the patience, any of that? What drives you every single day, man?
Really what drives me is waking up knowing that I'm making a difference for somebody. You know, being a black male educator and you're working in your community, the amount of weight that holds is insurmountable. It's insurmountable. So, you know, I might be walking in the hallway and I teach 5th grade. So I'm walking in the hallway, I see it might be somebody that's a young king that's in 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. They just staring. You know what I'm saying? They just downloading. And I don't even know if it has even evolved into admiration, but they're taking in what we're putting out. as young black men or as grown black men in our community, because the numbers show that, and I'm not saying the numbers are exact, but the numbers show that 57% of our households are single parent households. And most of those households are led by who? The black woman. So there's a missing piece. On top of that, let's add some more color to the picture. If we talk about nationwide, and we're talking about the statistics of black male teachers, it's less than 2% that exist. So they're not getting it at home, and they're not getting it at school. And this is the reason why we're in the position that we're in as black men. Like, it's like we're in the hole trying to dig ourselves out of it, because, I mean, for the last however many years it's been, I'm sure you've had guys on here that is detailing the timeline of strategic, tactical moves that have been put in place to disenfranchise and castrate the black men. So with that being said, our community is just now, after all of those years, finally in the position to put black men in leadership positions or in leadership roles. But how you think that's going to... Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to... Because they're not used to seeing us in these positions. It's been about 70 years, you know what I'm saying, since we've been in those positions.
Bro, that's a whole generation.
It's 2 generations.
That's 2
really.
generations. That's facts. That's facts.
If you're just counting, you're talking about how
70
many,
is 2
how
generations.
many
You're right.
rounds of births.
You're right. You're right.
It's been 2 rounds of births, at least.
Somebody's
Working on
granddaddy.
the 3rd,
Yes.
right. Some people's grandmothers have not seen black men in healthy leadership
Authoritative roles. Yeah.
positions.
Yeah, man.
So now that we're in a position where we're getting back, there's a lot of resistance because of the numbers. But, you know, until it happens, we're going to feel incomplete. Because, let me just say it like this. Have you ever worked on a puzzle?
Yeah.
And you're approaching completing the puzzle, but you just can't find a couple pieces?
It's a missing piece, yeah. And it's right there.
Ain't that frustrating?
It's so beautiful until you see that.
Right,
Yeah.
because we talk about how black women are the most educated group. You know, we seeing a lot of things happening in our favor. If we just talk about, you know, health and wellness literacy is rising. We're just talking about that. Yeah. We're talking about financial wellness. Yeah. You can't say we don't know how to get the bag. What's missing? Strong villages, strong families, strong communities. And we can't even get the strong until we hit stable. We're not stable.
Need that foundation.
We need the foundation. We're still working on the foundation. They done throw it apart, and we're trying to rebuild the foundation. And we're wondering why we're not feeling complete. We're not fulfilled. We're having thoughts of lack of purpose, especially in our generation. Because we do everything. We go run. We go to the run club. We go get the $200,000 job. We go have all the women.
Still not enough.
Still not enough. It ain't enough. because we haven't fully diagnosed the problems from childhood and worked on it. You know?
Healing conversation right here,
For
bro.
real.
Childhood problems, right? So many of us grow up hardened, right? Where we're closed off, not vulnerable, all of those things, man. Us as men, as brothers, bro, like how do we get more comfortable with being more vulnerable, right? I'll be honest, man, I didn't even reach that point until like 2 years ago, for real.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you can start saying, I don't feel good today. Or like that actually hurt my feelings. Or like I didn't like that. I didn't like this. Drawing Pat, I swear to you, bro, just this past year I first started drawing boundaries and it felt amazing. And I'm like, dang, this entire time I've been overextending myself, people pleasing, being Superman for my family or this person for all my friends. And it's like, take a step back.
Yeah.
So bro, how do we get more comfortable with being more vulnerable as black men right now?
Man, you just got to surround yourself with the right people first. That's going to allow that. That's going to, you know, push that on you. And just, you know, show you a demonstration of that in their everyday lives. You know, I know my lady has done a great job at, you know, breaking it down and making it clear to me that it is something that you do need to express or work on. You know, we're taught as black men that emotional expression is a weakness. And I'm not going to sit here and act like it can't be used against you, but it can, because it can. You know what I'm saying? It definitely can be used against you. But it is still necessary for you to express your emotions and be vulnerable to some degree. I don't even really like the word vulnerable, but express yourself in a safe space. You know what I'm saying? When I think vulnerability, I think, you know, I'm in a position of where I can be hurt. But truly, if I'm in a space where I can express my emotions safely, that's not a vulnerable position. I'm safe. So I don't even really use the word vulnerable like that. I want to be safe. So that's why the first step is important. Surrounding yourself with the right people so you can be safe as you express your emotions. And if you do that, you good. But I don't recommend you just expressing your emotions and your personal feelings to any group of people without getting to know who they are first. Honestly speaking. Like, I gotta be honest about that. Like, you know, nothing is one way or the other, like as far as the extremes go. You got to find a middle ground to be able to do it properly. You know.
Pat, man, do you ever get tired of like having to be strong all the time? You know, so many times as black men, right? People are always constantly on the move. You constantly going, but then over time, you know, to your point about earlier, we saw Big Daddy or Grandpa die early, right, from working so hard and not resting, not breathing for a second. So, in your own life journey experiences, have you ever just been tired of always having to be strong every day?
I've definitely been tired before, but I don't look at it like it's the end of the world. I'm proud of being tired to a certain extent. The key is looking at strength as a thing of honor, or you know, valor. You know, however many righteous, you know, integrity, you know, all of these different things that we could pull and attach to it, but it is. Because no matter what, once you reach a certain age as a black man, somebody's gonna be depending on you. It could be a stranger on the street. If they see you as a strong black man, especially in our community, I'm just speaking in our community. That's why I keep on, pointing us out. And you might see an older lady walking the street or carrying some bags or, they need, whether they say it or not, they're going to expect you to chip in. They expect you already out the gate. So let's go ahead and prepare ourselves. I think that's the biggest issue. I was thinking about this on the ride over. We put responsibility on our young black men. The world does. Not just the household, but the world does. We put that responsibility on young black men, but we don't always develop that skill to be able to execute at a high level.
It's two different things.
And what the numbers say, I'm gonna always go back to it. The numbers say that it ain't even a man in the house to guide and teach and administer and instruct. But no matter what, I can't see that you was raised by a single black mother when I look at you on the street or I see you driving your car. I just expect you to. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
And no matter how much somebody want to say to go against that, it's true.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm on a mission. And that's part of the reason I wanted to come here today is my mission is to recruit young black, able-bodied, structured, disciplined men to take on mentor positions in their community.
Yeah.
It's a must. It is no. There is no. It's not even an option at this point. That's something that we have to do to get back to stable. Now, once you get to stable, you work on your own. You get what I'm saying? Most people think I gotta work on my own first. Individualism. How far has that taken us?
The brotherhood, Pat. Talk to me, man. What is that? Its overall purpose, all that good stuff. Talk to me about that.
I mean, it's necessary. I just started Black Men's Health and Wellness group, because at this point it's only black men in it, where we meet every Sunday and discuss whatever it is that's on the table. It's important for us to have these places of free speech because, our society is very sensitive. But with that being said, we still have to have a space where we can be honest and open, no matter what. If we don't have that space, that's where you get what I'm saying? That's where it starts to, get clawed up in us. And then, as pressure builds, eventually it's gonna pop on somebody. So I think that's one of the main things that we experienced. Some men have never even experienced that. A space of free speech, authentic. I ain't got to put on for nobody. I ain't got to be nobody else. I ain't got to try to tiptoe around my words. We experienced that because we've been in them locker rooms. And it's a marvelous thing to be a part of. It's amazing when you think about it. We don't even really think about it.
Nothing like it in the world.
I did think about it. I was like,
it.
man, this cool. This super cool. I was thinking about it, but I didn't realize that everybody don't get this opportunity.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Then I was on a good team too. I was on a championship team, so we was super tight.
Hey, we're going to talk about that too.
I was on a championship team, so we was super tight. So that experience, it spoiled me to having brotherhood. But it's definitely needed. So let's go back over the things that's needed to get stable. We need to start volunteering ourselves as mentors in our community, and we need to develop groups of men only where we can speak freely and honestly about whatever it is that we're going through. Because that's what makes successful men. A lot of Fortune 500 CEOs were former student athletes. The proof is in the pudding. As a student athlete, you're put in a position, whether it's right or wrong, once again, performance-based. People like to try to make you seem like, or people try to make life seem like it's not performance-based. But for men, guess what? It is. It is. So you need to be around a certain type of environment.
High performers.
Where you can be pushed. But right now, we live in a society overall that is not about that. We're about making people feel comfortable. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but that doesn't produce strong men. It don't. So we got to create these environments for ourselves.
Performance-based, right, Pat? Mm-hmm. That's an excellent point, brother, because to your point, as a man, your wife, your babies, they ain't trying to hear that.
Come on, man.
Hey, we need you to provide, right?
Yeah.
So, Pat, sometimes, man, me and Sid, you know, when we scrolling, I'm on YouTube, I be getting pissed, bro, because I'm like, dude, why are you complaining about pressure as a man? Bro, that's an honor, right?
Yes.
Our brothers, how can they start just embracing pressure? Because to your point, whether it's right or wrong, it's reality. So how can young black men, you know, instead of worrying about this and that, focus on, hey, pressure is always going to be there, but how do I embrace being uncomfortable?
Well, I think that, number one, back to the mentorship thing. Matter of fact, I've created this thought framework that I feel like every man should follow. And then it was inspired by Mr. Mitchell, Mr. DeMarco Oak Mitchell. He is Inky Johnson's lifetime mentor. And they did a podcast together, and it's probably still up somewhere. It's called Serendipity. And I eventually linked up with him because I was on my journey to, you know, getting into education. And he opened up his home to me, and we started talking. The framework, I call it TLC. He calls it something else. But the T stands for teaching. You have to be in a position where you can teach somebody else something. or offer that to somebody. The L stands for learning. You got to be in a position where you can learn from somebody. The C stands for collaboration. You got to have your peers. So where y'all can build together. And basically, your collaboration realm is the realm where you use what you learn. And then if it works, you pass it down to whoever you mentor. And that's an endless cycle. If you're doing that, there's no room for anxiety, no room for the depression. It's almost impossible not to feel a strong responsibility that represents honor. So that's how you do it. In my personal opinion, that's my method that I've been using. No matter whether I got a lot of money or what seems like a lot of money or a little bit of money, I always feel good. I always can sleep good at night because I'm always operating in that mode. I'm always listening to somebody. I got some mentors. I got my father. I got a lot of strong men that I was raised by that are constantly pouring into me, whether I wanted it or not. They giving me the game, and I'm constantly finding ways to collaborate with my peers. This is what we're doing right now. And as I see success in my collaborations, I pass those tactics and methods down to the people that I'm teaching, the young kids that I'm teaching every day. I'm giving them the game. And it just feel good.
It's beautiful, Pat.
Yeah.
Bro, our sons, our kids, man, bro, I tell Sid this, man, all the time. Bro, this next generation, they going to be special. Man. Because it's like, bro, we learn so much, and it's like, imagine us now giving them the keys.
Man.
Bro, I think about that every single day. Like, bro, our babies are really about to be set, man. So, Pat, you know, from having strong black men around you, your father, what, or not even what, how confident are you about this next generation of our sons, our nephews, getting keys from a Pat, a brother Chase, where y'all actually saw everything firsthand, and it's like, now I can save you some mistakes, mishaps, and things like that. How do you feel about them?
Man, I got to start this off by saying that you left yourself out, by the way. You one of those guys. I can't let you do that. I got to start this off by saying that if you go online right now, they'll say that the generation that's operating right now is the first generation that has lost intelligence.
Wow.
With that being said, something that's perceivably bad is going to turn into something great because we're seeing this. And me and you ain't had no kids yet. So we done seen the mistakes of this previous parental class. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like up close and personal. So now when we have kids, this slight dip is going to propel them to the next stratosphere. It is. And I truly feel that 100%. Now, it might look gloomy at times, but what's good is we've learned so much. You know, we've learned things in the analog world. We've learned things in the digital world.
Trying to tell these kids that, man.
So
yeah,
we got both.
Last generation of that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we got it on a high level. Regardless, we seen dial-up.
Yep.
You sit there on the dial-up, you like, man, I don't even want to do this no more. I'm about to go outside.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Pagers, house phone.
When internet was so slow that it deteriorated you, or what's the word? It discouraged you from getting on it. So we done seen it. We done seen it, and we've, hopefully, you've learned from your parents too. I had two parents that lived in the country, so they had super analog experience. Like I was telling my kids the other day, my mother's mom made their clothes.
Talk about it, Pat. They don't know. Hey, you
And she-
preaching. You
you
preaching.
know what I'm saying? And
Quilts, all that.
and she had 6 kids.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So I mean,
That close too, Pat.
Mhm.
You just talking about a grandmother, great grandmother,
Mhm.
and you still young. You still standing right here,
Right.
sharing those stories.
Right. So just enough of that has been passed on to me to know I might not know how to make clothes, but I know that it's possible. And with that knowledge, I can take my behind on YouTube.
Come on now. Get back to the basics.
Get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard to correct. It's about that period in between thought and execution. We need to speed that up. And what's making it wider is our interaction with social media and these phones. I'm not saying that I'm the best at managing it, but I can acknowledge that that's an issue that I'm working on correcting. Like we spend too much time on our phones, which is deteriorating our attention span.
Yep.
Just imagine what it's doing for the kids.
Growing up with that.
You know, that's why they have low emotional regulation skills.
Thoughts to execution, bro.
Mhm.
How do we get more comfortable with executing? Because Pat, one of my biggest pet peeves is, hearing people that always say, I'm about to, right?
Mhm.
Dave Anderson, bro, shout
Yeah.
out, man, to the OG, but I'm about to try. That's what he calls it.
Yeah.
I'm about to do this. I'm
Yeah.
about to do that.
Yeah.
Opposed to, man, just executing.
Yeah.
On your page, bro, you break it down about writing down your goals.
Yes.
I do that all the time, but
Yes.
bro, I'm starting to see most people don't even write down daily goals,
Right.
weekly goals, monthly
Right.
goals, and they just flowing throughout life.
Yes.
As black men, bro, how do we start executing in 2026 opposed to just saying, I'm about to do this?
It starts with a thought, really. And to regulate your thoughts better, you must go through a self-assessment phase. You already know where I'm going. You must go to a place where you're analyzing everything that you're inputting in your mind. And you must analyze it and say, is this helping me or is it hurting me? Then, at that point, once we do that for a time period, then we can get the clear thoughts. Or we can architect our thoughts. Whether, some people won't, I can't put that on everybody. Some people don't want good thoughts. And it shows in their actions. But for those of us who want to do the right thing, those of us who want to prosper, those of us who want to be a positive light for our community, our family, our surrounding area, you got to make sure you're analyzing what you're putting in your mind. You got to analyze what you're watching, and not just analyze what you're putting in your mind, but analyze what you're putting in your body. Analyze what you're hearing, the music. You got to analyze everything. And once you do a good audit and get rid of the things that you don't want, at that point, then you can get the clearest messages. And then you write those down. But writing is helpful regardless. But as you're going through that self-assessment process, don't lean too much on those first thoughts that you writing down or those first goals that you writing down, because it's going to change as you analyze who you want to be and adjust your diet. Not just what you putting inside your body, but, you know, all those things that I just mentioned.
Adjust your diet. Thanksgivings, Christmases, 4th of July's, Pat, man. Bro, once I had changed my diet, I realized, man, family, bro, but they trying to put pork in your face. They trying to hang you this. Oh, Caleb, you know, I understand, you know, you've been eating clean, but, man, bro, just try this ice cream, a banana pudding. And I'm like, fam, bro, I'm cool. I don't want that. Bro, black families, man, we don't talk about this enough. Our generation, man, seeing us late 20s, early 30s now of us going to the gym, running, eating right. Our family gatherings and functions, everybody's trying to stuff all the bad food in our face. How do we handle being around family, but then family not respecting even our new diets? How do you feel about that during this current time, Pat?
Man, I've experienced it.
Wow.
I've experienced it for sure. But I ended up getting them to a place to where I showed them something. I showed them that it was possible to eat with a health conscious state of mind, and the food also be good at the same time. So I think that's we're attached to the taste. We're attached to taste. I don't even think we're tripping on, you know, changing the actual meal itself. We're addicted to taste. So if you can find a way to show them that eating healthy doesn't rob you of that taste experience, you'll be all right. So what I did was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving one year, I prepared a vegan lunch. And, you know, they took to it. They ate it just like anything else. So, you know, that's just one of the ways that I handled the situation. I ain't really take it personal. Don't take nothing personal, especially when people not on your frequency. Like, they not even seeing the world through your lens. You have to find a way to bring them into your world. And that's how I did it. You can do it another way. You might can take them to a soul food vegan restaurant, and y'all do it that way. It just, you know, exposure is the key.
Exposure leads to expansion. Man.
Right, exposure leads to expansion. You know, you can't be what you can't see. So you got to show it some way. Yeah.
North Carolina A&T, man, Aggie land, bro. Love that area, man. We was just there last year, man. Love that place. But, bro, playing football,
yes, sir.
Being a beast over there, man. What was that whole time like? Legends like Tariq Cohen,
yes,
was there during that time. Baller, man, dog. Yeah. Yes, bro. What was that time like, man, for you over there?
Man, I had a great time, man. That campus, that university allowed me to explore who I was as a man unapologetically. And I really appreciate that place for that. 100%. I actually didn't even come into college and go straight to A&T. I went to University of Memphis first, and then I transferred to A&T.
I didn't know that, Pat.
Yeah,
okay.
I went to University of Memphis first. I played football there for a season, and then the next
Were you
semester
there with
I went straight.
My man Cal Wilson at that time?
Yeah.
Bro, that's my OG, man. Hey, we went to high school together.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
Yeah. I know Kyle.
Love Kyle, bro. Wow.
I know Kyle.
Wow.
I was there. Right. We came in the same freshman class.
What?
Yes.
So you was class of 2013, I believe? Yep. That was my dog.
Yeah,
yep.
I know Kyle. So yeah, that's my dog too. Yeah, he when we was there, he a funny guy, but yeah, that's definitely, you know, we was definitely tight when we was there for sure. Yeah, he comment on a lot of stuff that I put out now.
That's my guy.
You know, yeah. So yeah, I was there with him. I was there with
Transferred,
him.
man. So, bro,
I was
talk
there
about
with him.
that too, man, because we've seen so many times with Shador at Jackson State, right, where people try to downgrade HBCU football.
Yeah.
But, bro, my brother, he went to FAMU, and man, I used to watch HBCU ball all the time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, these cats just as good as
Yeah.
dudes playing at Georgia right now.
For sure.
HBCU football, why is that so important even right now, Pat?
Well, the biggest reason why it's important is because, from a player standpoint, I am looking into the stands and looking on the sidelines. And for me, as I grew into my consciousness, I didn't want to be in a position where I felt like I was picking cotton. I wanted to be an inspiration. I didn't want to be a worker.
Just another.
Right. I didn't want to be a statistic or a video game player. I wanted to be a real person that had real impact, that could go into the stands and, really influence people who look like me in the right direction. So that was the biggest driver to me transferring. 100%. It was some other things too, but I feel like just being transparent, that was the biggest reason why I transferred. I always wanted to go to HBCU. Both of my parents went to HBCU. Wow. And I think that's a story of a lot of Southeastern student athletes that come up with the opportunity to go to these big universities, these bigger universities. Maybe University of Florida, LSU, Florida State, UGA. Your mama went to Savannah State, boy. Your daddy went to South Carolina State. My mama went to Voorhees, a small HBCU in South Carolina. My daddy went to South Carolina State. So I grew up around HBCU culture.
Rich culture too.
Confident black people.
Unapologetic too.
Unapologetic black people. Authentic black people. So for you to go from that to go to an environment where you have to shapeshift and fit into this container, it just didn't. I recognized that it wasn't for me. So I went back home. Shout out to Coach Broadway. Shout out to Coach Cheeks. Shout out to Coach Gibbs. All these coaches who were huge, influencers on me going there and me enjoying my experience. I enjoyed it so much that I eventually, after I graduated, I ended up coming back to coach. I was a strength and conditioning coach at A&T for a time period. So, that's the power of being in a place where you can be yourself, but they gonna hold you accountable. And they gonna help you develop into the man that you're supposed to be.
That's right.
And they not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I don't know if it's like that now, as far as not necessarily A&T, but as far as the landscape of college sports, because of NIL.
So I was gonna ask you about next. Yeah, man.
That kind of puts coaches in a position where they have to cater.
It's a manager at that point. Yeah.
To the athlete rather than being brutally honest. I got the experience from both of my head coaches from on the higher level of football. My head high school coach, he's an Atlanta legend that goes by the name of Buck Godfrey. Southwest DeKalb. He coached there for a million years. Put so many people in school. Did so much for so many people. I ain't saying he perfect, but he did a lot for his community. And then Coach Rod Broadway, HBCU legend. Everywhere he went, he won a national championship. That's an incredible coaching resume. And we won too. I won too when I was at A&T. Before he got to A&T, they were like 1-11. And they was coming off some academic sanctions. And he turned that program around. By year 5, national championship. So, you know, I was raised around some guys. You know, some solid, strong black men. So that's back to our main point. The foundation. When you have that foundation, it creates a person that the whole community is proud of. And I feel that as I operate. Like, I feel that my community is proud of me. That's another reason why I feel good. Everything that I'm doing, like, as you follow that framework that I laid out, you're going to feel the love. You're going to feel appreciated. So it's not really going to, it's going to be hard to deal in self-pity. And that's what a lot of people deal with. That's why they can't push themselves to the next level. They're constantly, why me?
I'm not you.
Get off that.
That's right.
Get off that. So, you know, yeah, I was raised around some guys, and those guys, it ain't just about sports, once again. These are solid men that did right by their community overall. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't do some things that were perceivably bad. You know what I'm saying? It might feel it probably didn't feel good when he was explaining this to you, when he was teaching you, when he was talking to you, when he was chastising you, when he was, you know, reprimanding you. But that created what? You know, that created a solid person. And the people that embrace that, they reap the benefits. But the people that push back against it, they still complaining to this day.
Somebody else's fault every single time. Yep. Man. NIL, Pat, you know, to your point about earlier. Now, man, Georgia high school football kids officially, they can get paid NIL money.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game.
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Our babies now, bro, where we got kids growing up in the Deep South playing ball, how do we maintain them still being hungry? But at that same time, now, bro, it's like big boy business. Of course, you know, during our time, it was people that was getting paid under the table, transferring schools sometimes, things like that. But now, bro, you got a transfer portal that they're posting of saying this high school kid might go to these 5 other schools.
Yeah, I seen
so
that.
It's like, whoa, it's a different ball game. So how do we still keep it pure, but then at the same time, kids are still playing? How do we go about this?
That's a hard question, dog. Anytime money get involved, the product get cut.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for that. It's not going to be the same product. It's not going to have the same meaning. You know?
When I was contractors now.
Yeah. When I was in high school, man, I felt like I was, you know, born in blue and gold. Panther pride, like we had a rich tradition, or we still do. We have a rich tradition of excellence that comes out of my high school. You know, even the people that may have not graduated from the high school but still attended, they're great. Andre 3000 went to my high school, walked my hallway. It's hard not to be somebody when you know that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got a great tradition of, you know, putting our athletes on this case in the hallway, on the main hallway, walking towards the cafeteria. Man, I seen that every day. That inspired me to make it on that wall. That probably was the reason why I did a lot of stuff. You know, because I didn't have the understanding of writing goals down and doing this every day, reading this every day, 3 times a day. I didn't have that understanding, but I did see this monument of greatness in the hallway every day of, you know, men that still were contributing to my growth outside of that picture. I had a couple of coaches that had their pictures on their wall. So not only did I see what they did, but I'm able to ask them questions. What a great opportunity. You know, what a great experience that was. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm sure I could have done better at taking advantage of it, but I ain't do a bad job. So I could live. You know what I'm saying? I'll be okay. But yeah, I even had teachers that weren't coaches that had their picture in that case. So it was so much tradition. It was so much guidance that I had access to going to Southwest DeKalb. So, you know, I don't forgot what the question was. But
NIL? And you broke it down beautifully,
yeah, I was just talking
on
about
the pride aspect of it.
Yeah. I was just talking about how, you know, my high school experience was more than just money. Yeah. Money was so far.
Transactional.
It wasn't transactional. Yeah. I got a chance to really dive into the history of the school and what built it, you know, white flight. Talk about it. I got to understand all this. And us taking what they left and turning it into a juggernaut, national powerhouse.
That's what we always do, huh?
You get what I'm saying?
Pieces,
we build it. It gets taken or stolen or copied. Yep. And then it gets thrown in the trash and we have to pull it out and rebuild.
Then they want it again.
Whoa. The endless cycle. You know, we gotta create some systems so we can be in control in perpetuity.
That's a word that they like to use in contracts. We use it for ourselves.
Right.
In perpetuity.
Whoa.
Facts.
Right.
Facts, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, man, you know, I think about football, college football, like Ole Miss, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where I see young black brothers playing for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Whoa.
Right. And they sing Old Dixie Lee.
Yeah.
Right. Then, you know, you think about Robert E. Lee, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to have him as the mascot.
Mm.
And, you know, to that same point about the UGAs, Alabamas, these schools don't actually develop these young black men, which is why you see them getting arrested all the time, which is why you see these athletes then post-college, they have no life after football. But then, Pat, when I see people such as yourself go to a A&T, getting your master's, doing this, doing that, where you're constantly being pushed.
Right.
Do you feel like our 5-star athletes, I'm not saying all of them, but kids who are even 3 stars, I would say, should they start considering, instead of me going to LSU where I might have to transfer after a year, then I end up going to 4 different schools, I should probably go to A&T. I should probably go to Morehouse or go to Clark, go to FAM, where then I can actually get a good degree, social network. So even if I don't make it pro, I got all the infrastructure in the foundation. How do you feel about that, Pat?
Man, I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the way you put it.
I would have done that now.
That's
Hindsight,
perfect.
bro. Hindsight is 2020. But yeah,
That is a perfect game plan. If you could do anything in this sports landscape right now as a young high school athlete that is in position to go into a big Division I institution and demand some money from them, I would serve my community first, because that's all it is. That's right. I know it's a hard concept to get, but you already know that there is no consequence for transferring. You already know. So let's go ahead and put some time in, give back to your community, because you already know your presence is going to demand attention. Just like Deion, Shador, Shiloh, Travis Hunter did at Jackson State. We've seen it done. Just keep on playing the game. Just keep on doing it. The number one recruit in the whole nation went to a HBCU. He played 2 years. Ended up transferring to a big D1 school. Played another 2 years. There's stability in that. There's connections in that. There's ability to build networks in that. And now you truly have the best of both worlds. Because by the time you get done playing at your HBCU, you spend those 2 years there, you have developed a resume of athletic prowess to where now you can demand some money rather than them bringing you in on the little money, on the entry level money. No, you don't. No, if you gonna do it, let's do it.
or I could stay even if I want to.
Yeah, I can stay.
Hey, I got
I'm going
options
to
now.
the league regardless. I'm going to the league regardless. I can stay if I want to. I'm really not in a rush to leave. Now you have leverage. I'm at an institution that is not pushing me to go, and they're not taking it personal that I am exploring my options. If anything, they can leverage me getting pushed on to the SEC level. So they win regardless. Whereas if you go to one of those other schools and you try to transfer out of there, they might hold it against you. Yeah, they might hold it against you. They might try to do some slimy stuff. I done seen that happen before. They might try to hold your release or whatever the case may be, or make it hard for you to
Sound a lot like slavery, don't it, Pat? I'm going to hold your papers. I'm going to hold the freedom papers, huh?
You don't want your whole college athletic career to feel like you picking cotton. You don't want nothing against picking cotton, because if we own it, I'm cool with it. But if you don't own it, if the proceeds don't go directly to lifting up and empowering your community, you're not really serving. You moving selfishly, because I'm sure you're gonna get something out of it at this point now. You getting something out of it, but your community not getting anything from it. So that ties into the idea of individualism. And that's what we've been taught too, though. I was at the barbershop. We were talking about it. We were talking about, I posed the same thing that I posed in this interview to the guys in the barbershop, the OG barbers. They was like, yeah, you're right. But we also went into, where are the good black men in our communities?
That's what's it, bro. She be asking me that sometimes, and I'll be like, damn, I don't even know how to answer that sometimes.
But I know where they are.
Talk to me, Pat. I'm listening.
I know where they are. I was raised by them.
Talk about it.
I know where they are. They around, but we were taught to focus so much on our own families and doing what we gotta do. Oh, you ain't finna take no food out of my family. You know what I'm saying? We go so hard for our core, our what's the word? Our immediate family, where we forget about the rest of the community. So they are where I live. It's plenty good black men, and they quiet, and they making their money. They taking care of their family. They staying out the way. But my challenge is to, hey guys, we need you to come on out now. We need you to step on out. And we need you to demonstrate at this point. Because we need you more than ever. Because, you know, I'm 31. I ain't that old. You know? I'm trying to figure this thing out. I ain't finna sit up here like I'm an expert. I'm just telling you what I'm observing in my experience. I need y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got a father too, but, you know, more the merrier.
That's right. That's right. Man, Pat, beautiful conversation, brother. Body of God, bro, on your page. Better than Gatorade.
Yeah.
I see everything, man,
yeah,
bro. Talk to me, man, about, you know, the products, its purposes, health benefits, all that good stuff.
Yeah, right now, our hero product right now is our electrolyte blend that we have found and formulated and put out. It's already out. And it is dedicated to people that are your run club people, the people that are your busy professionals, your athletes. Everybody that we talked about in this conversation can benefit from taking a perfectly balanced electrolyte blend. And our product it's not based in synthetic vitamins. Our product is based in real food. We got beetroot, we got coconut water, we got pink Himalayan salt.
I'm gonna try the pink Himalayan for sure.
It's balance. Anybody who understands electrolytes knows that you need salt. You need sodium. Everybody know that. Everybody like, okay, no. You need sodium, magnesium, and potassium. You need all three of these things to be perfectly hydrated. And if you don't have that, you're going to be off. And these electrolytes signal our muscles to fire, signal our brain activity, signal all of these things in our body. Me moving that's coming from electrolyte. So if you don't have these things, and we all know that most of us are dehydrated, that plays a part in a lot of our diseases and disorders. Our blood is thick. It's not enough water in there. It's not enough hydration. So the electrolytes carry the water inside the cells. If you don't have the electrolytes and you only drinking water, it's just going to go through you. So that's our main product that we've been working hard on. That's the product that I plan on taking around the nation to these universities. It's already ready. It's already been third-party tested. We got certificate of analysis. Everything is flawless. It's ready to go. So I'm trying to get into Sprouts, Kroger, GNC, Vitamin Shop, all these different places.
Black-owned, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? This is our product. It's made by us for us. And for anybody else who values health and wellness. If you look at the health and wellness space, you don't really see us at all. but they invite us to their events and have us do the swag surf.
Put on the merch, make it look cool. 30% off if you use this code, but you don't own it.
You see where I'm going? So that's why Body of God Health and Wellness is in existence. I remember when I was in ninth grade or going into ninth grade, and I was talking to my coaches and my teammates, and I said, boy, you got to get bigger. Boy, you got to get some muscle. So first place we go GNC. All right, GNC. We go to GNC, man. I don't see nothing that resemble my culture.
Our body types.
Come on, man. We are different biologically, and everybody has agreed to that fact. So why are we not treating ourselves in that manner?
Different.
We need more natural foods, more whole foods, more whole food-based products. That works best with our bodies. So, that's what we're doing. We're doing not just putting out products, but we're doing community engagement events. We're trying to go as big can be.
That's right.
So in the Southeast region, at least, we'll be the voice of reason for young and old, all ages, of melanated people who are interested and want to be well versed in their personal health and wellness journey.
That's right.
We want to be that voice. We want to be that flag. When people see that G with that atom behind it, that atomic G, as I call it, they know that, oh, this person is on game. You get what I'm saying? This person values themselves. This person knows about being healthy and true wellness. As a matter of fact, I built my own pyramid of health and wellness, where it's just basically it's a pyramid that focuses on 4 things that we all need to work on as people in general. The foundation of it is sleep.
Yeah, man. Ooh.
The foundation of it is sleep. And we go to the second level. That's broken up into 2 parts. We got nutrition and exercise. In the top of the pyramid is stress management. A lot of people tend to leave that off. That's how you find your peace. That's your meditation. That's your yoga. That's your sound bowl. These things that help you regulate after fighting the world every day.
Pat, bro, you gave us an hour and a half of straight game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This was a beautiful conversation.
Yeah.
Where do you see Pat going? Where do you see Body of God, you as a man, evolving? Because clearly, bro, even from the past 2 years, you've evolved.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautifully, man. But what does Pat's future look like? What do you want Pat's legacy to truly stand for, even after death? What do you want Pat's overall legacy to stand for?
I just want to be known as somebody who was a solid person, somebody that was reliable, somebody that was trustworthy, somebody that wanted the best for his community. That's all, really. Somebody that was a true activist by doing, not talking. So, I understand the power of these platforms and us sitting down and talking, but I value activation much more than I value conversation. That's what it is for real. Us doing. We got to execute. 100%.
Body of God, man. Where can we tap in, purchase the products, support, follow, all that good stuff?
Man, you can follow me. Let's start with Body of God first. You can follow Body of God at Body of God Health on Instagram and Body of God Health on YouTube. We got a YouTube page too. We're building that out, but we have it. So Body of God Health everywhere. And you can follow me at Coach Progress or Coach Progress Pat. So, when I was in Memphis, as I was preparing to go to Memphis, I was inspired by my
Project
brother,
Pat.
Project Pat, 100%. That was already calling me Pat
I love it.
in school. So I was like, okay, how can I, elevate this some more? And I always seen myself as a coach, as a guider, as a mentor. So that was easy. And then, listening to Project Pat, he has a unique delivery. You know what I'm saying? And it standing the test of time. Like he on music with 21 Savage now. You get what I'm saying? So with that, he was celebrating where he came from as far as the projects. I'm celebrating the progress of our community. I'm celebrating the progress of where we're going and where we've made it to at this point. So, that's what it is.
I'm so proud of you, brother. Man, appreciative too, just to share space and time in this moment, man.
100%.
I appreciate you greatly, bro.
I
Keep
appreciate
up all
you
the
as
great
well.
work, man. Thank you, bro. Body of God. Hey, I'm tapping in with y'all, bro, because
before
No.
we end, the website is bodyofgodhealth.com. So that's where you really need to find yourself.
Yeah.
We just dropped a virtual health consultant on the page or on our website. So we got a virtual health consultant on our website where as we add products to our page, and we're going to be adding a lot of products very soon. As we add products, you're going to need help to navigate what does what. Because we're not going to give y'all. See, we started off Body of God Health and Wellness giving the stuff that people knew about. We wanted to keep it base level. We wanted to play down to the community, to where we were at. Now, it's really no excuse to be aware on what these products do. So we're going to just give you the best. We're going to provide you with the best. With that being said, we already know that you may not know what it is or what it does, because you're just not entering this process of, growth and discovery. And some people gonna know. Shout out to the people that know, but I know a lot of us gonna be behind the 8 ball. So we went ahead and threw in, basically it's an AI chatbot. It's at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You click it, you type in what you want to work on and what you, want help with in your health and wellness journey, and it's going to refer you to a list of products that's going to help you in that department.
Y'all, man, if we got time to be buying protein from over here, over there, Bloom, this type of product.
You already know.
Come on,
you see
Pat.
What's going
Hey,
on?
I'm tapped.
This young couple is astute in health and wellness. They know.
We trying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know too, but a lot of us don't know.
We don't.
We don't even.
You got Ghost, all these other random products.
Right. We don't have no clue. We drinking these things that have ingredients that are unhealthy, but it's labeled as healthy. So we got to start, working with each other, and it's our job to provide the alternative too. Wow. That's accountability.
The responsibility aspect.
Yeah. We got to be the ones to provide that alternative. If we don't do it, ain't nobody gonna do it, and we're gonna keep on giving back our money. So we got to find ways, not just in health and wellness, but in all aspects of life, to circulate our capital within our community. That's what this is all about too, you know. Unfortunately, we live in a society where, you know, money is power. So in
Wow.
order to, you know, maintain power or build power, you're gonna need some capital. And for us to be able to build this capital, we gotta build trust within each other.
That's right.
And that's the importance of us, you know, inviting these young black men into leadership positions. You know, get them used to it. It's been a while.
Would you say early 2 generations?
You get what I'm
right?
saying? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Give them an opportunity. That's why I love, you know, the fact that, you know, education is there for the taking. That's a space where you can come in as a student athlete, leave the doom and gloom at home, go help somebody else.
That's right.
You can go right on in, and they're going to receive you with open arms. And you're going to have a job, and you're going to have purpose, and you're going to have meaning of life. Instantly. So, you know, as we do that, that's going to allow us to build trust within each other. Now the women in our community are going to be able to lean on us, rely on us, trust us. Now they're more likely to relinquish the power. Now they're more likely to...
Can trust you.
Now they're more likely to listen. You know what I'm saying? Now they're more likely to follow. If they seeing you, I mean, you don't have to fuss and fight. Now, if you have to, you need to leave. Yeah. All you should be worrying about doing is setting the correct example. And they gonna follow. Wow. Everybody gonna follow. The kids and the women gonna follow. All you gotta do is set the right example. So, you know, that's the part that we have to work on. You know, taking accountability for all aspects of this thing. At the end of the day, it's on us, the men, to fill in the gap.
Man, Pat, I appreciate you greatly, bro. This was a beautiful conversation, man. One of the best for sure. Appreciate you, dog, man. Y'all make sure to follow him.
Yes, sir.
Tap in, man, on all platforms. I appreciate
100%.
you guys for always tuning in. Blessed to be your host, Caleb Smith. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, family. Peace.
Peace.